got a little fuzzy nipple.
Yeah, like that ain't going on the video.
What?
Nothing.
I think so.
Sliding.
Hi, welcome to 151 Garage. I'm Sean.
I'm Jill.
And this is basically talking to you about a new vehicle that we purchased, or ordered rather. So as the title reads, we ordered a 2021 Ford Bronco, and we'll get into specifics of that on a later video. But some of the things we wanted to discuss is what makes us different than everybody else.
Well, nothing really.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. One of the things that we've noticed is on YouTube, people love to do like these outlandish builds, like a 6x6 conversion, you know, chop the back end off, add another axle, or do a Shelby GT 500 swap, engine swap or something like that, or lift it up on 48s. While those are pretty good, and I absolutely love watching them. I mean, I watch them myself. I can't wait till some of these videos come through to see what people can do with the vehicle. It's not what a majority of people do. They want to make sure that it stays under warranty. They don't really, they can't afford to do those type of builds, and that's where we fall in. So why should you watch us? Because we're one of the normal people who actually worry about
Warranties,
you know, cost effective. I'm not going to put $250,000 into a $50,000 vehicle.
Right.
You're never going to get your money back unless you're a million plus YouTube whatever, and we're not that. I would like to be that someday, but right now we're not. So if you're looking to find out what modifications can be done with a Ford Bronco that keeps it under warranty and all this, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you know, we hope to see you on the next video. But on the next portion, we're going to talk about some issues that we have come across, along with probably the majority of you all. So first, the reservation.
when it opened, the site kept crashing. It took 2 to 2.5 hours for us to even get through, to even secure a slot in order to reserve a Bronco of just anything. So we just picked one and reserved it. Yeah. As long as you reserve one, it doesn't matter which one it is. You can always go back in later on and change it when it comes up to the time where you need to order it. And we did that. We reserved one model and we changed it to a different one later on. Yeah,
because everybody probably already has reserved one. They knew that when it first came out, there was no data on any of the vehicles. So again, if you guys have gone through and had trouble ordering, or had trouble reserving rather, the vehicle, and how long it took you, hi Diesel, go ahead and write it down below when you were able to reserve one. Again, we got ours probably about 10:30 at night when the reservations opened at, when the reservations opened at 8 o'clock. So the next portion, the order. We were supposed to order it on the January 20th, but due to just the same thing has happened with the reservation, everybody's trying to order it at the same time. We actually had it ordered on the 20th, but we couldn't change the data or basically what we had ordered before or reserved before to actually change all the information
about
the specs,
what we actually
basically
wanted.
Yeah, basically spec it out.
So let me stop you there on the ordering. On the ordering thing, Ford opened it up and they did it to where consumers, just like you did a reservation, can go in and place an order. Well, there was so much of an issue during all these people just rushing in to do an order, and the site not being able to handle it, and it kept having locking problems and crashing, and you know, it would not lock on to some of the things that were selected, or it wouldn't change anything selected. There was a lot of issues. So then it showed up later on to where you had to go into the dealership and let the dealer sit down there with you and go line by line by line of what you wanted to order on your specific order. So that's another thing that we encountered. So it actually took us a little bit longer than 24 hours when the opening date started to actually place the order. So we placed it on the 20th. It didn't actually go through. And then we tried again on the 21st. It kind of secured the slot and it went through, but it wasn't what we wanted. So I had to wait up until like 4 to 5 days later, because I work at a Ford dealership. I had to sit down with one of the ladies, the sales manager, and actually sit there next to her and go line by line by line to make sure that we placed the order of the vehicle and the specs that we wanted originally. So we got that taken care of.
So with the order doesn't mean anything on when you actually get your vehicle. The reservation date trumps the order date. That's
right.
What Ford had already announced. Now, granted, there are certain things that will delay your order, whether you want painted top or such. Your
certain packages will do it.
SWAT package with the automatic or the manual transmission, that's going to push it to 2022 and such. Again, there's tons of videos out there for what will actually delay it. In fact, when we got our email from Ford saying orders open, go ahead and take it, those items were on there. There's a whole bunch of items in there, and again, if you have a reservation, they have already sent you the email. That's what trumps the order date. So we could have waited till March 18th is,
yeah.
March 19th is the last day you can order. Change your reservation date to your order. We could have waited till March 18th and still trumped anybody who ordered it before, as long as we had a reservation date before they did. So again, you know, it's one of those issues that happened with everything going on in the world that's minor. And then for the third thing we were finding out we have issues with is the color choices.
Oh Lord.
So the color choices, I'll go through real quick.
I already have an upper hand on this.
So, and we'll explain why. So, we actually, well, she works at a Ford dealership, first of all. So,
in a body shop.
She gets to see all the cars coming through. Now, most of the colors that you want to see are already on other Ford vehicles, whether it be the blues, the reds, the silvers, the blacks, the whites, everything like that. The four choices that you don't have currently, except for on the Bronco models, that goes for the Bronco Sport and the Bronco itself, is the Cyber Orange, the Area 51, the Carbonized Gray, and the Cactus Gray. So my thing that I've noticed is, while the Bronco Sports are out, they're very hard to come by because they're just kind of like trickling out right now. You have plenty of time. You can, even if you make your order now, you can change your order depending on what color. Now, we picked Cactus Gray, and that creates a problem for me because I'll put it this way. I'll link a picture, put a picture of a Cactus Gray here and a Cactus Gray here. They're not the same color. Now, mind you, they're off the same exact Ford website. One's actually from the build site, the build section, and one's from the gallery where you can pick the color at the very beginning before you even enter the build site. So as you can tell, they're two different colors, and that creates an issue because where it is in the hue of those colors, or in between, or darker or lighter, you have no idea until you actually see the vehicle in person, which creates a problem for most people. Fortunately for us, not us, because again, she works at a Ford dealership. She knows when the cars come in. We look at, and one of the suggestions to you guys is look at the Ford dealership's webpage and see the cars coming in, see what cars they have, inventory, especially if they have those four colors that aren't normal. you can actually go there and look at them. Not saying you're going to buy it, but you can at least see what the color looks like on a big surface rather than a little chip in the computer.
Now, a lot of the colors that he was talking about that's already out on the vehicles, you're going to see a lot of those colors on specifically the Mustang, like the reds and the blues. And the silvers you're going to see a lot on the F-150, same thing with the blue and sometimes some of the reds. Those are the majority of the vehicle. Now the carbonized gray, from what I've been hearing at the dealership, may be taking the place of the color called magnetic. That is another gray of 2020 and earlier. If that's the case, then I kind of have an idea of what that color is going to be, but I really want to put the carbonized gray and the cactus gray side by side to really see it, because like he was saying, how it looks on the internet and even through like tablets and computers and TVs and phones, it's a different hue. You will get different tones of the same color and they're going to look completely different. So it's literally like a 50 shade of gray type of thing.
So another one of the suggestions I have is you can actually go to the Ford website under the find, like build and price or whatever, and there has something where find from local dealership or something like that on the bottom, and you can actually click on that and it'll give you a list of all the vehicles that are coming, not just to one dealership, but
like the surrounding areas.
Yeah, the surrounding areas, up to 100 miles or whatever. And it literally will list everything there. On this note, it won't necessarily tell you it's there yet, but it gives you a date when it's going to be there. Like when I was looking, I found a Bronco Sport that was going to be there probably next week for a different color. So that is kind of what we've been doing. Now, we haven't seen any cyber orange, whether it be at her dealership
Not
or
yet.
anything online. So that one might be the hard one to find. You're going to have to wait and basically be methodical about going in there and looking every time.
Yeah, just religiously just kind of check the, like locate the dealer, the surrounding area, and see what colors that you're watching for. And as soon as one pops up, I always recommend calling that dealership and say, hey, do you have it on the lot? Because it may show that it's in inventory. Like for example, the carbonized gray that's at my dealership, it showed that it was in inventory, but it didn't arrive for like a week.
Yeah.
So just because it says it's in it, there, it may not actually be on the lot,
Delayed.
or it is going to be in the back part of the lot and it hasn't been placed out for sale yet because it has to pass inspection and everything. So there's a certain process that dealerships have to go through in order to sell a vehicle, even brand new ones. So just keep watching the websites, just keep doing like an area search, and then just call the dealership, say, hey, look, when you get this, here's my name and number, call me, I want to see it. So that'd probably be your best bet if you want to really check out the colors of the vehicle. So I would recommend that. Another thing that we did, since I work in a body shop, we had paint swatches done. But even that is not the same thing as a spray out on a wide surface area. Because you have such a concentration for you mix in the paint and you just smear it on a piece of paper. It's not the same, because the carbonized gray that was on our swatch was a lot darker than what's on the vehicle.
So one of the things is it looks different on a small scale, or if you see it on the side of a vehicle, it may completely change the look of the color, especially if you see a large section of vehicle. Ours was literally just basically a paint stick splotch across a piece of metal.
It literally was just...
So again, thanks for watching us. I do hope you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There will be more videos with this, and the next video will actually be what we got, what we plan on doing, basically modification wise and actually with the vehicle, and also any other news that we might find out. Again, there's tons of information out there. I hope you guys like this one. I hope this is helpful for you guys. The paint thing was one of the things that I have never seen on any other basically video. So I hope that's helpful for you. Some things that people might not think about. Also, in the description below, please leave when you reserved yours, when you ordered yours, and
Maybe what color
basically,
you chose.
yeah, top 3 colors your choice for the Ford Bronco. Ours was Area 51,
Carbonized gray, and cactus gray.
both cactus grays, if you know what I mean, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, and hope to see you next video. Bye.